I know there's a lot of content on the internet about creating passive income, but 98% of what you see is garbage. The difference between an ETF and a stock is when I go out and invest in an individual stock, like say McDonald's. MCD is the ticker symbol of McDonald's. If I buy one share of McDonald's, I own a piece of the McDonald's corporation. Now, I don't have to go and work at the McDonald's company, but I get to get a piece of the profits that McDonald's has. And the way that I get that is through two things. Number one is appreciation. So if McDonald's stock goes up by, let's just say $100 a share, well, now I just became wealthier because my investment went up in value. The other way that I can get paid is through dividends. A dividend is a cash payment that McDonald's gives out because they have such big profits. This is one of the things that McDonald's does. So when a company has billions of dollars of profits at the end of the year, there are three things they can do with that cash. They can save that money for an emergency. They can take that money and reinvest it back into the company, meaning McDonald's can go and create new burgers, open new franchises, do a bunch of other things, or they can take that money and just give it away to the shareholders with a cash payment deposited into your account. That's what a dividend is. Now, the nice thing about you investing in McDonald's is if McDonald's now takes over the world, you're going to see the value of investment go up and you're probably going to see bigger profits and bigger dividends and you're going to make a lot of money. But the downfall is if McDonald's burgers get really disgusting and people stop eating it and then they get sued and then they declare bankruptcy, not only do you lose the income that you were getting from the dividends, but now the company is going to go bankrupt and you lose everything. So that's the risk. More risk for more potential gain, and not every company pays a dividend. In the time when we're recording this video, McDonald's does pay a dividend. The alternative to a stock is investing in a fund. What type of fund? Well, what I'm going to be discussing today is an ETF. An ETF is an exchange-traded fund. These are funds that trade just like stocks on the stock market. And now instead of investing in one company, I might be investing in dozens of companies, hundreds of companies, or thousands of companies, depending on what type of fund I'm investing in. And now this ETF might invest in companies like McDonald's, maybe invest in Apple, maybe invest in Amazon, and hundreds of other companies. That way now I have some diversification and some protection that I don't have to worry about managing myself. So if McDonald's does go bankrupt, this fund will then remove McDonald's and replace it, and I don't have to do anything. So lower risk for lower potential return, but you don't have to worry about managing the actual stocks inside of the ETF. That's the benefit of it. With these ETFs, you can still invest for dividends, you can still invest for appreciation. Make this sink in. If you wanted to replace your $70,000 income tomorrow and you could get a 1% dividend on the ETFs you invest in, you'd have to invest $7 million. If you could get an average 2% return a year, you'd have to invest $3.5 million to get the $70,000 a year. If you get a 3% return, $2.333 million. If you could get a 4% annual return, $1.75 million. If you can get a 5% return, now you just need $1.4 million. And if you could get a 10% annual return, you would now just need $700,000. Now I know what you're thinking. Jaspreet, just need $1 million? Do you not know how much $1 million is? Look, I know it's a lot of money, but this is why so many people fail at this process. Because they look at these numbers and say, oh my God, Jaspreet, I'm never gonna be able to replace my income because I don't have $1 million or $7 million to be able to do this. But here's the part that a lot of people forget. You don't need this money today. In fact, you actually don't need all of this money really ever, because if you invest in the right funds, what will happen is, number one, you're going to be growing how much of this fund that you own. But then number two, if the fund starts to grow in value, your investment starts to grow in value. And if the dividends also increase, the income that you're getting is also increasing. Not just because you're putting more money in, which you are, but also because the companies are making bigger profits, so they're paying out bigger dividend checks. So as you get more shares of the ETFs, each share starts to pay out bigger dividends. If you enjoyed this clip and you want to continue your financial education journey, I have another video that I think you'll love. All you got to do is click that button right over there. And for those of you who want to stay up to date on the top finance and business news, you can join Market Briefs, my free financial newsletter, by clicking that button below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.